Okay, sorry for all the inconveniences. So yes, so we have already covered up to shloka number 13, which was Dehinosmin Yatha Dehe, and now we will discuss a very important verse. Uh, this is Bhagavad Gita, second chapter and 14th verse, which we are going to discuss today. So let's read the verse before we begin discussion on this verse. I hope all of you can see this verse on screen. So this is second chapter, verse number 14. Matra sparshastu kaunteya शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखदा आगमः पायिनो नित्यस् तां स्थितिक्षस्व भारत. And would like to repeat it because I'm sure all of you are trying to memorize it. Matra sparshastu kaunteya शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखदाः आगमः पायिनो नित्य तां स्थितिक्षस्व भारत. The translation for this verse is, O son of Kunti. We can see here the translation. So, O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress, and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception of Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. So now, as we all know, that in this section of Bhagavad Gita, which we are reading, Arjuna was completely confused and then he surrendered to Krishna because he could not clear his confusion. So he surrendered to Krishna. And when he surrendered to Krishna, because what was his confusion? His confusion was that how will I be happy? That was his confusion. Will I be happy by killing these people, or will I be happy by, let's say, by running away from my duty, or being very saintly person that no, 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 I'm not going to kill them. So then Krishna started training him. How is he training? Krishna is not training him just to be a warrior, but here he's training him to be a yogi. Yogi means one who's steady amidst changes. So this verse is Krishna's first lesson on emotional stability or spiritual maturity. Because we know very well, before we fight the outer battle, we must conquer the inner weather. Now here they're talking about seasons, so let's say inner weather. So in this verse, very nicely it is explained. Matra sparshaha. Sparsha means contact, touch. Matra means senses. So here Krishna is saying contact of the senses with sense object. That is called matra sparshaha. And then he says Sitoshna. Sheet means cold. Ushna means heat. Sukha dukha, pleasure and pain. Agamah paino anityaha. Anitya means they will come and go. They are temporary. Tam stitikshasva bharata. Tolerate, O son of Bharat. So here, Krishna is basically explaining that everything that disturbs us comes through the senses and is temporary. Both the things he's saying. It is coming through the senses, matra sparshastu kaunteya, but then they are also temporary. They are like seasons. We can say these are seasons of life. Like we have seasons right now where I am in the northern part of India. So we are going to experience very soon the winter. Summer is practically over. Now we'll be experiencing winter here, about to begin. So what happens in the seasons? We cannot stop seasons, isn't it? I cannot stop summer or I cannot stop winter because I don't like it. Similarly, we cannot stop ups and downs of life. So what we do in the seasons, we adjust our clothing, right? We don't complain to the sky. What are you doing? What's going on? We adjust our clothing. Similarly, when we are facing the seasons of life, what are the seasons of life? Shita, Ushna, Sukha, Dukha. That means heat, cold, pains and pleasures, victory, losses. So all these things are kind of seasons. So when we are facing seasons of the life, we should understand that we cannot control the seasons. Like you cannot control winter or summer. What can you do? You can choose your shelter. So when we are not able to control the seasons, we can at least choose our shelter. So that is what Krishna is explaining. He's not saying, a time will come when these dualities of life will not be there. But he's saying you have to learn to tolerate them. And you have to learn to use both. Like if you go to the fields, there's a farmer. So farmer, when he sees the monsoon or when he sees the sun, he's not cursing. He learns to use both. So he adjusts. Okay, now it's a monsoon season. What do I have to do? Or now is the summer season. What do I have to do? Similarly, we should learn to use joy and sorrow to grow in spirituality. That is an art. Now a question may arise. I understand that in dualities, we have to learn how to utilize them, how to grow in such situation. But my question is, why dualities exist? Why can't there be just one thing? Why always we have victory and losses, we have pain and pleasure? Why it cannot be all the time pleasure? So you please understand dualities, they are part of Prakriti, nature. Why? You need contrast to understand perception. Pleasure is understood only because there is pain. Just imagine if there was no pain. How will you understand what is pleasure? Like, say, for example, we want to understand life. In general, how do people understand life or death? In usual, when they say about death, they say absence of life. So it is understood through contrast. So Krishna has designed this to teach us detachment and tolerance. Like when you go to gym, your muscles grow, right? But how do they grow? When they face resistance. Likewise, the soul grows through life's dualities. When it faces resistance, when there are pains, when there are problems, challenges in life. So dualities are required for us to understand the real things, we can say. So then Krishna is advising Arjuna, Tam stitikshasva bharata. Arjuna, try to tolerate, learn to tolerate. Now, what is tolerance? Sometimes we feel tolerance is kind of a repression. Okay, I'm tolerating. Now I cannot. So tolerant is not repression, but it is a recognition. Recognizing and responding with intelligence is called tolerance. So tolerance means when we choose the spiritual path over just reacting. It is our ability to remain undisturbed in both gain and loss. Like our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada, when he went to US, he faced a lot of things, cold, hunger, rejection, yet he remained undisturbed. Krishna will protect. This is called tolerance. So tolerance again is not weakness. It is spiritual strength under control. So we need to learn this art of tolerance, which Krishna is teaching in this particular shloka. Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkhada. Because tolerance is actually a value that promotes harmony, understanding, and peace in society. What we are seeing currently, increasingly diverse and interconnected world, the ability to respect and accept differences is more crucial than ever right now. So that's why we need tolerance. Tolerance, what is tolerance? Okay, let's define tolerance. Tolerance is the willingness to accept and respect differences in opinions or beliefs or cultures or the ways of life, even if we disagree with them. It does not mean that we agree with everything, but rather we allow others the right to their own perspectives. Everyone has the right to their own perspectives. We have the right, I have the right. That's fine. So allow others to exercise their right or to right to their own perspectives. This is called tolerance. So now tolerance can be, in our daily life, we can see it can be of various kinds. It can be religious tolerance, where you have to accept different faiths and beliefs, even when they contradict our own. You can have cultural tolerance, where you embrace traditions, customs, lifestyles that differ from yours. Political tolerance, you may have different political views and the opposing views also will be there. Tolerance. Social tolerance, accepting people from various backgrounds, genders, race, identities. So these are some of the tolerances which we face, which we need to have in our day-to-day life. And please understand, tolerance is very important. Tolerance promotes peace. Intolerance leads to conflicts, violence, discrimination. So we need to have tolerance for peace, for harmony. Tolerance also encourages growth. Different ideas, they contribute to progress and innovation. So when you tolerate and when you allow others also to grow, then it gives growth. And also tolerance builds very strong societies. Societies that practice tolerance, they are usually more inclusive, they are more just, and they are more stable. And at the same time, when you develop this tolerance, it helps you develop empathy. Tolerance helps us to see the world through others' eyes. And it automatically reduces hatred and misunderstanding. In our life, we have hatred, we have misunderstanding. Why? Because we don't have tolerance. So we hate, oh, you cannot do this. I hate this person. You don't have that empathy. You don't see the world through others' eyes. So in today's world, differences, they often lead to conflicts. And tolerance stands as a pillar of peace and progress. But true tolerance is not just passive. It's not just like passive acceptance, but it's about embracing diversities, managing emotions. So we will understand what the scripture says about tolerance, a kind of a holistic approach. Scriptures speak about 4 kinds of tolerances. Number 1 is impulse control tolerance, managing one's emotions and reactions. In Sanskrit, it is called Veg Sahishnata. Sahishnata means tolerance. Veg means forces. So, how do we manage our own emotions and reactions? That is very important. We are not here to manage people. We are not here to manage people's emotion. We are here to control us, control our emotions, win over our flaws. So that is the first kind of tolerance, vague sahishnuta or impulse control tolerance, where you manage your own emotions and reaction. You need to have that control. Those who think that I'll do whatever comes to my mind actually are slaves of their mind. Why? Because the mind keeps ordering, controlling them. Okay, I want to do this. Yes, we are at your service. Oh, now today I want to do this. Yes, we are at your service. So those who are not having this control on their impulses, on their mind, they are not able to control their emotions. So these people will need to learn that there is so much of scriptures, they say how to be. We'll come to that point also, how to develop this tolerance. But this is the first kind of tolerance. You should control your emotions. So then you don't react, you respond. The second kind of tolerance is called tolerance of life's dualities. We were just discussing about dualities, happiness, distress, victory, losses, and so many other. Winter, summer. So there also we need tolerance to accept the inevitable ups and downs of life. Ups and downs of life are going to be there. Please understand, convince your mind. There will never be a time where there will not be ups and downs, only ups and ups, or only downs and downs. There will be always ups and downs in our life because nothing is permanent in this world, neither up nor down. So understanding this, we need to tolerate the dvanda, the tolerance, the dualities of life. This is in Sanskrit called Dvand Sahishnuta. Sahishnuta again means tolerance. Dvand means duality, two. Dvand. So that is another kind of duality. So when we're talking of vague Sahishnuta, controlling our emotions, impulses, immediate reaction, how is it like, anger? When you get angry, you get provoked. People provoke you and then suddenly you get angry. So in that situation, we have to remain calm in high pressure situations. We have to practice patience in frustrating circumstances. How can we do that? Some simple techniques. One is active listening. Before you respond or react, you need to do active listening. The person, what he's saying. And then we need to have increase in our self-awareness. So we should be engaged in mindful meditation, mindfulness, so that we increase the self-awareness, awareness about ourselves. And that comes from Bhagavad Gita and other scriptures. So we should take the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita regularly. See, I will tell you, this is a secret. Many times we look at sages, many times we look at monks. There are monks who are able to control. Like I have heard that in a country like Japan, where the two monks were visiting, and they were Buddhist monks, and the king said, I have two terrorist, hardcore criminals. If you can turn them into monk, then I will accept whatever you're saying. I'll accept your religion. That time Japan was not a Buddhist country. So then they accepted the challenge. They took those two terrorists, those two hardcore criminals, and came after 2 months. And when they went, there were two of them, two monks. When they came, there were four monks. So the king was surprised to know that those two hardcore criminals had turned into monks. And that is how he ordered a decree that from today, everyone will follow Buddhism, because he saw the result. So we need to have knowledge to see this thing, see the result. How does it come? So we see sages, we see monks, we see so many people very, very calm, peaceful. They don't get disturbed in any condition, no frustration. So then it comes to mind, how can I be like that? Will I be like that one day? Yes, because you need to know the secret behind their calmness, behind their equanimity. You need to understand. And what is the secret? Secret is the knowledge which they gain. Knowledge is very powerful. So it is the knowledge that makes them peaceful. Why? Anything happens in their life, they know what is the reason. And they know it's all desire of the Supreme Lord. Let's go on doing our duty. So that is Vega Sahishnuta. Second is, I said, Dvandva Sahishnuna, tolerate the dualities. Because life is full of opposites, success, failure, happiness, sorrow, gain, losses. We need to develop this. It's like, how you can do that? What is the meaning? Accepting both success and failure with equanimity. Adapting to change without distress, and recognizing that both pleasure and pain are, as I was mentioning earlier also, that nothing remains here. Everything changes. How can we cultivate this duality, this tolerance of life's duality? Is by developing a philosophical perspective on the life. Practicing gratitude to appreciate both highs and lows. We should practice. Gratitude is such a wonderful quality. We need to develop this. We need to practice this. It makes relationships so sweet. When you're grateful to the other person and you express that gratitude. You express that appreciation that I really like you. Oh, why do you like me? Oh, you have such qualities. I have been observing. Look at you, this good quality you have. And I'm very grateful that I learned from you. So being grateful, practicing gratitude to appreciate both high and low is very important. So this is how we should practice gratitude and appreciation. Appreciate people. Offer your gratitude to them. Be grateful to each and every one, because each and every living entity is contributing to your life. We may not know, but there is contribution. Right? So, okay, we can say, I don't know whether all living entities are contributing or not, so I cannot do anything. What I can see is only few people contributing in my life. Very nice. Go and appreciate them. Go and offer your gratitude to them. That you are the one who's changing my life. You are the one. I'm really grateful. When this gratefulness comes, the relationship becomes very sweet. So we need to appreciate highs and lows. In every situation, the scripture, Vedic scripture teaches us, in every situation, offer your gratitude to Krishna. Krishna, I'm very, very grateful to you. You put me in this condition. Very grateful. And this gratefulness, this gratitude brings strength. I'll give you an example. I heard few years ago, we have in our movement, we have a sannyasi called Indradumna Maharaj, and he travels a lot. And so I was reading one time his travel he writes about his travels. So I was reading that travel diary or whatever he calls it. And he wrote very nice thing because this gratitude, I'm just going to explain that how this comes. So gratitude in that he was narrating, he was right, he wrote in that, see, one time he went to Russia. So after many years. And before, when he was in Russia, there was one lady who used to be with him and then help him in many things. And she was a wonderful book distributor, etc. So when he came, he met all the devotees. He came after a few years, he met all the devotees, and he couldn't see that particular lady. So he inquired, where is she? And then the devotees informed that she's in terrible situation. She was around 55-year-old and she had a mother around 80-year-old. And only two of them in the family, no one else, no financial support, no one else to support them in their health crisis. And then this lady was going through a major health crisis. So they said that she has stopped coming for a long time and we do not know. But mother sometimes comes, so we ask them, how are you? And that's all. So he felt obliged because she had offered such wonderful service. So he said, I would like to go and meet her. So he, along with few of his disciples, he went there and in their house, and he saw our house was very simple. He could just make out that they are barely able to make meets end. And this lady, she was there and she was sitting in one corner. And he went, inquired what happened. So she said she had some issue with her knees, so much so that it deteriorated, so much so that she couldn't even walk. So whole day she had to be at one place in the house also, having one old mother and no financial resources. So he was really moved to see all this thing. He thought, um, how are they surviving? And on top of that, she told her mother to go and get that envelope which she had kept. And there was some money in that, and she wanted to offer, she offered it to the sannyasi that please take it as my service, I have kept it for you. And he refused. He said, how can I take? He's seeing the condition. He said, I cannot take, please, you use it. She said, no, no, this is only for you. I'm not going to use it. I had kept it for your service. And then what she said was really amazing. She said, Maharaj, I'm very grateful to Krishna. Why? You can imagine, I just described what was her condition. She said, I'm very grateful. Throughout my life, I was on the streets doing book distribution, distributing Bhagavad Gita and all, telling people to take this so that they'll get benefit. Throughout my life, I did that. And I didn't get chance to sit and chant properly. I was chanting also in a hurry. I'm very grateful to Krishna now. He has made me sit at one place. And she said, I keep chanting throughout the day now. That's mercy of Krishna. And Maharaj was so moved. He called all his disciples and he said, look, learn from her. This is called bhakti. This is called devotion. This is gratitude. Even in such situation, if if I am there or we are there, what will we say? Why Krishna did this to me? I served him throughout my life and see what I got. No, she was very grateful. And that gratitude gave her strength to bear all the diseases, all the problems in her life. So that's why Dvandva Sahishnata, tolerance of dualities, can be developed by being grateful, by developing philosophical perspective on life. And another tolerance, third kind of tolerance, is tolerating opposing views. This is called paramatta sahishnuta. Mat means view, para means others. We don't want to hear about others' views. We know that what I'm doing is perfect, what I'm saying is perfect. Others may come and offer you, can we do it like this? No way, I'm not ready. See, we are living in a world where we will have different opinions, different ideologies, different beliefs. So when we develop this paramatta sahishnuta or tolerance of opposing views, so paramatta sahishnuta, this tolerance is ability to respect and engage with different viewpoints. Like you see, for example, Arjuna was speaking in the first chapter. Krishna had different views. Krishna didn't like it. And Arjuna was saying that I'm not going to fight. Why should I fight? I'm not going to kill my own superiors. If I fight, then all the women will get polluted. Who will take care of them? I will be the cause of it. I don't want to go to hell. So many things. But Krishna was peacefully listening. I told you in the beginning, active listening is very important. So Krishna showed that. He was just hearing. Arjuna was going on and on, this cannot be that. Krishna, he did not engage in debate and aggression. He was just understanding. Yes, go on. So we need to develop. There were opposing views. Krishna never stopped him unless he himself said, I am very much confused. I do not know what to do. Please guide me. Krishna said, okay, now I'll guide you. So we need to learn this art of tolerating opposing views, which we may get every day. World is like this. So how can you develop this mood of accepting or tolerating, I should say, others' view? So we should develop, again, very emphatic listening. Like you seek to understand, not just the listening, you understand before you respond. And then you read and interact with different viewpoints. We should read. We should know not just me and my viewpoint. And very important, practicing non-judgment. Do not judge people immediately. Avoid immediate labeling of ideas as right and wrong. Okay, somebody says to anything to you immediately, no, this is not possible. This is wrong. Don't judge people. Don't come to the conclusion immediately. People may be right. Even if he's very junior to you, even if he's very younger to you, you are maybe 50-year-old, 55-year-old, and a 20-year-old boy is telling you something. It may be possible. Try to learn. Don't pass a judgment that this person cannot teach me because he is very young. So accepting everyone's views, very important. In your relationships, when we develop good relationship, this is a very important aspect. That when people have views, people will have, because we are all individuals. We do not have a single soul in all of us. We do have the soul, but it is not single, individual soul in everybody. So being individual, we have different ideas, different opinions, different thought process. We need to accept. That is called paramatta sahishnuta. So we need to learn emphatic listening and practice non-judgment. And then we have tolerance of others' excellence. If others are going ahead, if others are progressing, if others are being praised, do we tolerate that? Very difficult. Especially if the person is from your own field. Like you are a singer, and then if some other singer is glorified, then you cannot tolerate. But you're not a singer, and some singer is being glorified, you don't bother. Yeah, he must be there. But even that time we get this feeling. Often we feel envious, jealous, or threatened by the success of others. So this is called para utkarsha sahishnuta. Para means others, Utkarsha means progress, success, tolerance. So tolerance of others, excellence. This is para utkarsha sahishnuta. So we should be able to develop that ability to appreciate and celebrate others' achievements. We do not. When we see others getting some success, some achievement, yes, if he has given a party, success party, yes, we may go and say a few words. But in our heart, in our mind, we are not very happy because we want that success. I want to be glorified. So this is, uh, uh, this we need to develop, the tolerance of others' excellence. Like you see, we have example, uh, Duryodhan. Uh, there is a very nice example of Duryodhan, I will tell you from Mahabharata. The sacrifice was going on, Rajasuya Yagya. So it was a huge endeavor. Everyone was involved. So Yudhishthir was the main person who was performing this, but he had involved everyone, including Duryodhan. So Duryodhan, everyone was given their jobs. Okay, you are supposed to do this, you are supposed to do this, you are supposed, even Krishna was given. Krishna was not given, but Krishna came and asked, hey, what about me? You have not allotted me any seva, any service. Yudhishthira said, oh, what will you do? You just be there. He said, no, 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 I want to do. So he also took a service. So Duryodhan was given a service. What was his service, you know? Maybe purposely it was given to him. His service was that he was collecting all the gifts that different kings, various kings were bringing for Yudhishthira. So his duty was, okay, collect everything and keep it properly. With every gift, Duryodhan was feeling so envious, so jealous. Oh my God, Yudhishthira is getting this. The next gift, oh my God. And you can imagine all the kings were coming. So they will not bring some, a pen or something for Yudhishthira. What gift a king will bring? See, gift also should be like that, as per your position. So he was bringing that gift. So Duryodhan was seeing each and every gift. Oh my God! Oh my God! And he was feeling so jealous. He should have felt happy receiving again this sacrifice, but no. So what we should do? We should feel happy if your friend, if your relative, if your colleague is being promoted, is being given some success, is being praised. Instead of being envious, feel happy. We should learn from others' success. If someone is successful, very nice. Learn how we can also be successful without getting enviousness, without feeling insecure. And at the same time, those who have achieved great things, we should support them in whatever way we can. So one is, yes, we learn from them. One, we feel happy for them. Wow, they have achieved something. But to express that happiness, we support them. That is very important. So how can we develop this very, very difficult thing that others are going ahead, others are being praised, others are successful, and I should not feel bad? So very important point that you should learn is you should recognize that another person's success does not diminish your own potential. It is not like that. Krishna has given potential to everyone. So other success is not that it will diminish your potential or your success. As per the law of karma, whatever you are supposed to get in this life, you will get. It is already fixed. What you do with that, it's not fixed. Please understand. Many times we feel, oh, everything is fixed, then let wrong things happen, whatever things, why should I bother because it was fixed? No. Situations which will come into your life are fixed. Everything is not fixed in our life. Please understand. That is why we need Bhagavad Gita. If everything was fixed, then why should we read Bhagavad Gita? Because anyway, I'm not going to change. Anyway, things are not going to change. So the law of karma explains us that whatever is your own potential, your own earnings, achievements, that will remain with you. So another person's success is not diminishing your chances. In fact, they are helping you. So you learn. And if they have made any mistakes, you don't make that mistake and go ahead. Second is, we should practice self-reflection. It will help us to overcome feelings of inferiority. Many times, we are not able to see others' success. And if we see also, we feel very inferior. Oh, I couldn't do anything. That person has this person has done. No, we should reflect, self-reflect. We should understand what are my capabilities. What can I do? I'm unique. Like a very nice example from Ramayana, when the bridge was being made and everyone was helping, everyone, practically all the monkeys or everyone, they're present, they were helping, bringing big, big rocks that, come on, we have to make a bridge, we have to cross over and we have to kill Ravana. And there was a squirrel, very small squirrel, compared to Hanumanji, compared to all others, big, big people. She thought, I also have to do something. There is an opportunity to serve the Lord. I should also contribute. But the question was what a squirrel can do, because they needed huge rocks to make the bridge. She also ran. There was sand. So she started rolling in the sand. So the small sand particles got stuck on the squirrel's hair. And then she ran to the sea. And then she was trying to put those small particles of sand which were stuck to the hair, she was trying to put them in the ocean. For what? I'm trying to help. They may need some sand, they may need some mud to hold on to the stones. I need to do some service. Such a wonderful example. That you may be like a squirrel. You may not have the ability. You may not be like Hanuman, who can do wonders, who can change so many people's life. You may not be like that, but be like that squirrel. So we need to practice that self-reflection. And you know what will happen if you practice that? When you know your capability, okay, I'm able to do this, at least I will utilize this in Krishna's service. So what happens? Then you will not use other success for comparing, but you will use other success as motivation. We need to do that. When we see others being praised, then we say, oh, wow, definitely he has those qualities. Let me learn. So the path is that we get motivated by seeing others' success, not demotivated, not envious, not that we start comparing, oh, why am I not getting this? So instead of why am I not getting this, go to how I can get this. So get that motivation that, yes, I want to do it. How can I do it? So that's why this tolerance, as we are talking of this subject. So true tolerance, if we talk about, so it is comprising of self-control, acceptance, respect and appreciation, and then, different kinds of tolerance we spoke. So we basically spoke of 4 kinds of tolerances. Now I'm going to say the Sanskrit name. I hope you will remember. Veg Sahishnuta, Dvand Sahishnuta, Paramatta Sahishnuta, and Para Utkarsha Sahishnuta. When you control your emotions before they control you, that is called Veg Sahishnuta. When you accept life's fluctuations with grace, that is called Dvand Sahishnuta. When you respect differing views, differing opinions, that is called Paramatta Sahishnuta. When you celebrate others' success without jealousy, when you celebrate and you learn, you get motivated, that is called Para Utkarsha Sahishnuta. So in general, we can develop such tolerance through, number one, meditation. Mind needs to be controlled. And meditation is the best way. Meditate on the Supreme Lord. Meditate on the holy name. You want to be tolerant, you need to develop that by practice. And meditation helps it. Makes you so tolerant. Second way is study of scripture. As I mentioned earlier also, it is the knowledge which will help us. Developing the true tolerance. So develop it through meditation, develop it through study of scripture, develop it by practicing appreciation of others. Start appreciating. Whomever you meet, try to see a good quality. Don't try to see all the bad qualities in the person. Whenever we meet, what do? We start looking for faults in the person. Oh, maybe he's like that. Oh, maybe he's saying like this. That means it should be like this. So don't do that. Don't start finding faults in a person. Try finding one good thing and start appreciating. So we should develop this tolerance through meditation, develop it through study of scripture, develop it through practicing appreciation, develop it through understanding the bigger plan of Krishna. Should have that faith on the Lord. Whatever you are doing is the best. Tatte nukampam susamikshamaano bhunjane vatmakritam vipakam hridvag vapurabhi vidadhan namaste jivetayo mukti pade sadai bhag. Krishna, whatever you do is your mercy. Tat anukampa. And we have examples in the Shastras how they develop this tolerance. We have example of Lord Shiva, we have example of Narada, we have example of Vidura, we have example of Prahlad, we have example of Chitraketu. So many examples. Bali Maharaj being arrested, such a wonderful example of tolerance. Bali was cheated by the Lord. And after being cheated, he was arrested, punished, and told that you'll go to hell. But look at his tolerance. He was single. He prayed to the Lord. That what I did, whatever I could do with my capacity, I've done it. And Lord became pleased. So this tolerance is very important. And we can learn through this verse what we have. It's a wonderful verse. Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkadagamah paino nityastam titikshasva bharat. We can learn so many things. Already we have discussed. Let's discuss a few more quickly because we have only 4 minutes left. What can we learn from this? Number one, don't react immediately. Pause before reacting to insults. Maybe person has insulted you, maybe you're facing failures, or people are praising you. Pause before you react. Respond. Respond with Krishna in mind. So if you can conquer your anger, you can conquer the battlefield of the heart. So don't react. Respond. That means conquer your anger. Second is expect imperfections in this world. This world is not a perfect world. We are not perfect. Even the best plan you make, that can fail. So what should we expect? We should expect duality. We should expect something will happen. I will try my best, but then if I fail, prepare mentally. If you expect comfort from this world, you are inviting misery. Third very important lesson which we are learning through this verse is find shelter in devotion. Chanting, kirtans, sadhu sangha, they all bring steadiness to the mind. So find your shelter in devotion. And at the same time, remember, everything passes. This too shall pass. Always remember that. If you remember that in your difficult times, that this too shall pass, you'll get a strength to overcome all the miseries you're facing at that time. But if you say this when your happy times is going on, when you're enjoying, but tell this to your mind, this too shall pass. Then you will not get carried away. Of course, I always say this, it is so difficult. A person has called you for a party, you got some success. Okay, this, come, and you go to the party and he's enjoying with music and this, that, and he's very happy. And you go to him and you keep your hand on his shoulder and tell, this time shall also pass. This too shall pass. How will you feel? Well, before practicing on others, we should practice on ourselves, that this too shall pass. So we should use pain for progress. Difficulties don't destroy faith, they deepen it. That is the faith. Every difficulty can become reminder to depend more on Krishna. So we have so many examples in the Shastras. Haridas Thakur, he was beaten in 22 marketplaces, yet he never became envious of those who were beating him. Kunti Maharani, she went through so many calamities, but she's praying, let those calamities come again and again, because distress made me remember you, Krishna. Prahlad Maharaj, so much of torture, he was unmoved by all that torture. He remained absorbed in Krishna's names. So we should develop this tolerance. This is the main message of this shloka. Without tolerance, there cannot be steadiness. So tolerance, if we have, then we'll be consistent. So that's why we should develop this tolerance. When people insult you, don't react. Respond. When health fluctuates, continue your service. When results are delayed, remember Krishna sees the effort, not the outcome. In fact, how many of you know thermometer? There is a small instrument called thermometer, which you use for checking the fever. I suppose all of you are aware of it. Yes. The thermometer of your tolerance shows the temperature of your faith. What is the job? What is the work of the thermometer? You keep it in your mouth or something, and then after some time it shows. What's your fever? 105, 110, whatever it can be. I'm sorry, I think 101, 102, not beyond that. So temperature, so here the tolerance, thermometer of your tolerance shows the temperature of your faith. How much faith you have on Krishna, because of which you are able to tolerate. So it's very important for all of us to develop this wonderful quality called tolerance. And I would like to, of course, already I'm 2 minutes and beyond my time. Is it okay if I take 2-3 minutes more? Or you're going to file a case against me for that? Anyway, your silence, I take it as approval, that you're okay with that. So just 2 minutes more to understand tolerance through tolerance. So here you can see on your screen, we are understanding tolerance through tolerance. How to develop tolerance? Now here it is given. Train your mind by studying Gita. So Gita gives you inner strength. I already mentioned it to you. So train your mind. That is T of tolerance. Observe. As I just now we were mentioning, that don't react. You have to respond, but how will you respond? When you observe. Somebody is doing something, you observe, and then with a cool mind, respond. Third is learn. So T is training, O is observing, L is learning. Take lessons, learn from your lessons, learn from your problems, learn from your trials, learn from your reversals. We need to learn. As I said, this can become other success, can become a motivation for us. We learn. E is for endure. Bear difficulties with faith. R is remember, remember all the dualities are temporary. We have already discussed. That's why I'm not going in detail of all this. All the dualities are temporary. Yes, this shall also pass. A is associate. Stay near those who are steady in their life. Learn from them. So stay near. A is for associate. N is nourish. Fill the heart with Krishna consciousness. The only nourishment for the soul is bhakti, is devotion. Nothing else satisfies us. You may have a lot of wealth. You may be very influential. You may have millions of followers on YouTube or Insta or whatever. But unless you have Krishna in your heart, unless you have bhakti in your heart, you'll always feel an emptiness within. You'll always be looking for something which you may not know what you're looking for. So fill the heart with Krishna consciousness. That's the real nourishment. After that, you will not ask for anything else. You'll ask only for Krishna, only for bhakti. So N is for nourish. C is control. Become the master of your senses. We discussed about sense control, self-control. Become the master. And E is express. I already said, be grateful and express that. So be grateful in all situations that yes, whatever is happening for the good. Always be happy. So this is how we can develop tolerance. And I request all of you that when we are discussing these kind of topics, when we are discussing something from Bhagavad Gita, don't just try to listen. Think that what you can learn. Today I'm here, I have to learn something for my life, something which can change my life. So I would like to learn that. Sit in that mood. Here in that mood. And then all these things, what we discuss, the tolerance, training the mind, observing, learning, remembering, associating, nourishing, controlling, expressing, all these things will become very easy and help you to achieve the real success of life. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Kindly forgive me for taking 7 minutes extra. I just wanted to conclude the topic. Any questions or comments? If you have, you can raise your hand digitally if you have any question. Okay. So thank you very much. I suppose it's Sunday there. So have a wonderful Sunday. Grateful that on a Sunday morning you are here hearing about Krishna, hearing about Bhagavad Gita. And those of you who are in other parts, they may be in the afternoon. So thank you for that. Also, I know Sunday afternoon is a very busy time for many of us and for many of you. So very grateful that you took time off for joining it. Yes, I shouldn't forget. For some, it is evening also, those who are in India. So thank you very much for joining, especially those who are in India, because right now we have festive season going on. The people are so busy, all the streets, they're so crowded. Everyone is busy decorating their houses, getting new things, celebrating Deepavali. And those of you, in spite of that, you are here. Very, very grateful to all of you. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare